By 2006, Google had been added to Oxford English Dictionary as a verb under the definition to use the Google search engine to find information on the internet. Soon, other brands even tried to get in on the action, leading to a 2010 episode of the TV show Hawaii Five-0, where a character says not at all casually, "You don't believe me? Bing it." Now, at first glance, you might think that the widespread use of Google as a verb would be great news for Google. But as Nicolas Cage and type 2 diabetes have taught us, you can have too much of a good thing, because it turns out that this gaggle of Googling is threatening Google's trademark. For those of you who didn't major in skimming Wikipedia, that means you can't trademark a name if it's the commonly used term for a type of thing, the reason being that for something to qualify as a trademark, it must be distinctive, which is defined as, quote, having the capacity for identifying and distinguishing particular goods as emanating from one producer or source and not another. In a nutshell, this is why you can't trademark the term garbage, as that commonly describes all trash, but you can trademark the term Taco Bell's Naked Chicken Chalupa, as that clearly references a specific type of trash made by a specific company. And this is where big business boys can run into big business problems. If their trademark becomes so widely used that it no longer clearly identifies something as their product, but instead is used as the general term for that type of product, they can lose their trademark. One of the earliest examples of this is the word escalator. Escalator was a trademark of the Otis Elevator Company since its debut at the 1900 Paris Exposition, and for the first 50 years of the escalator's existence, anytime somebody other than the Otis Elevator Company wanted to sell the world's lamest ride, they had to call it motor stairs or an electric stairway. The problem was, motor stairs never caught on with the public. Regardless of what company had made the step-human conveyor belt, people called them all escalators, which is why, in 1950, a court ruled in Houghton Elevator Company v. Seeberger that the word escalator had, quote, become recognized by the general public as the name for a moving stairway as the result of the registrant's course of conduct, causing the mark to lose significance as an indication of origin, and registration is thereof cancelled. Seeing as Google only wants to be like heroin in terms of the YouTube algorithm's addictive power, not in terms of trademark genericide, the company has been sending out cease and desist letters to people who misuse Google since 2003. Even if Google does manage to protect their legal right to their trademark, they still shouldn't be feeling too lucky. After all, there are a ton of trademarks that are still technically legally enforceable, but have been rendered essentially useless. For proof, just look at chapstick, which is still a trademark owned by Pfizer. The thing is though, no matter what waxy tube I rub on my dry smackers, even if it's Burt's Bees or Blistex, I'm probably still gonna call it chapstick. Unless your favorite social networking site is also the Wikipedia page list of generic and genericized trademarks, you probably didn't know that those are all still legally enforceable trademarks owned by specific companies. And if you did know, don't put it in the comments, I do know.